I've got a chainsaw that's not running too good. Let's take a look at this thing. This is an old Stihl 041. I've had this thing for years. Now, I bought this back in, I think, 1983 in a junk shop for $25, just a power head, no bar or chains come with it. And it did have good compression, so I figured I'd take a chance. Now, once I got it home, I put a little fuel in it, pulled it a few times, it run real good. Now, I'm not sure how old this chainsaw is. It looked pretty old when I bought it. I looked online, and it said these were made between 1967 and 1975, but then I found another post that said they were made up into the 80s. By the looks of it when I bought it, it led a hard life. It was pretty beat up. Filter housing has a crack in it, and I'd actually repainted this saw years ago after I bought it. And I noticed when I was running it, it would throw all kinds of wood chips right out of here. Come out around the muffler, back by the head of the engine, and it'd throw them straight up into your face. And what I found, the casing was actually broke out here. Pieces are missing. I pop riveted a piece of sheet metal in here, and that'd keep the chips from blowing back on me. I used this thing for quite a few years, run good, never had any trouble with it. But you know, when you get older, you start looking for smaller trees, so you don't need to use such a big chainsaw. And after that, I didn't use it too much, but then if I did need it on a special occasion, I couldn't get enough RPM out of it. It would just run kind of slow, and then it just sat. So finally, about 5 years ago, I needed it to take down a tree. I put a new carburetor on here, and that's just one of those Chinese ones off of Amazon. And I've actually got those on my other two Stihl chainsaws, and I've had real good luck with them. I put a new carburetor on there, and it run a little better, but still not enough RPM. So I want to tear into this thing, see what's going on with it. Now I can see once I took this filter out, it's not doing much. I see all kinds of sawdust on the bottom of the filter, all around here. And I believe this is probably one of those Chinese filters too. So I have to pick up a new one from the dealer. First thing I'm going to do, I want to check the spark and see what we've got. Plug actually looks good. I've got one of these little spark testers. Okay, we got spark. But this engine, I believe it's still got points of condenser in it. So I'm going to take it apart and switch it over to electronic ignition. Now, luckily, the last time I used this, about 5 years ago, I did drain all the fuel out of it. So it's empty because the fuel tank is actually the side cover. If I took these 3 screws out of here, and actually that just picks right up. Well, that was easy enough. So there's a dealer about 10 minutes from me. I took it over there, guy looked at it, he had the puller, they set it on the counter. Took him about 2 minutes to take this off. He didn't charge me anything, that was nice of him. So I've been thinking about this saw, and it doesn't run at full RPM. And I would imagine the crank seals are probably leaking. It's not building enough pressure to push fuel through. So I thought if I got to go that far, I'll put seals in it and I'll put new rings in it. This saw is at least 50 years old. You cannot get parts through the dealer. So I looked online. I can get probably everything I need. I didn't order anything yet. I'm going to completely disassemble this. Hopefully I can get everything ordered that I need in one shot. So let's get this thing tore apart. I've had this tool in my toolbox for probably 40 years. This is for a Stihl chainsaw. A friend of mine gave me this who used to work at a dealer. This, you thread into the spark plug hole. Piston's supposed to bottom out on that, lock it up so you can turn this off. And I think what I'm going to do is try taking a hammer and a chisel and catching one of these edges and spin it that way. I'll try this chisel that I made a blunt end on it. There we go. Now let's get this handle off of here. Oiler for the bar should be under here. Okay, so I'm holding it. Now the gasket. There's the two bolts holding the muffler. I want to get this out of my way. Underneath these two screws that hold it down, it's not just a hole, it's a slot. So I think this thing would rotate to adjust your timing. And I want to try and put it back in the same place. A few scratches on here. That should do it. This wire here is the on-off switch. That just grounds it to shut the engine off. And then we've got the spark plug wire that comes through here. So I'm not sure how that's going to come out of there. That may just pop on here. Yep. Maybe that's just a boot. It looks like it's just a boot. Okay. That may just stay fastened in there. I really don't need to get it out. Underneath this assembly, it's got a little felt washer on here. I'll make sure that goes back in the same place. Don't want to lose it. Actually, I could have left that handle all intact. I figured this case was split in two, but it's not. The rear is one solid piece, which is separate from the front. Now to get this cylinder head off, there's 4 bolts holding it down. The cap screws, 4mm head. There we go. Okay. Let's see how bad this looks. This side of the piston doesn't look as bad, but it does have some scoring. This side looking a little bit rougher. So I'm going to get this case apart next. I want to check the bearings on the crank. I don't know if this is going to show up or not, but inside this jug doesn't look bad. It looks pretty clean in there. I'll get it all cleaned up, inspect it, and you can actually buy these pretty cheap. Get a whole rebuild kit, aftermarket this and a piston. Let me get the rest of this casing taken apart, and then we'll go from there. Okay, it's kind of a press fit between the crankshaft and the bearing on this half of the housing. Because I could put a screwdriver between the top of the crankshaft here, put a little pressure on that casing, tap on this side of the end of the crank, and it's coming apart. That bearing is rough. The bearing feels better, but I'll probably replace that also. Seal on that side. Bearing on that rod seems fine. Crankshaft is actually smooth where it goes into the bearings. So I think I'll probably get the piston, the rings, and this may be okay. I'll get it cleaned up. I took the fence off my old wood joiner. I'm going to put some 220 grit self-stick paper on here. And I'm going to use this to plane down the two halves of the crankcase and the bottom of the piston housing. All right, I just want to run the bottom surface on this a couple of times very lightly just to make sure it's nice and true. Gets rid of any gasket material, residue that's left on there. Actually cleaned up nice, looks nice and even. This half of the crankcase has this fitting for the oil tube, that's for the pickup for the bar oil. And I can't get it out of there, I don't want to destroy it, so I'm going to work around it. That ought to do it. And the last half of the crankcase. Okay, that'll do it. I'm going to do a final cleanup on all these parts with brake clean, and it'll be ready to assemble. That'll do it for part one of this Stihl 041 engine rebuild. I'm going to get my parts ordered, and in the next video up, I'll reassemble the engine and see how the saw runs. Thanks for watching.